Hey, how's it going, dude?
Doing good, Sean. How are you today?
Good, good. How are you, Keith?
I'm doing well, Sean. So, how's the day so far?
Pretty good, man. It's a hot day here in LA, so just trying to survive that a little bit. How about you?
Going, good so far, Sean. Thank you. So, Sean, August 26th, you're putting up your new album, The Family Portrait. So, would you like
Yes.
to tell a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new upcoming album?
Yeah, the family portrait from my band Differences. Our first full debut album. We're really stoked about it. We got to work with Austin Coop, who helped mix and master it, as long as Chuck Bennett, who helped do some drum tracking for our drummer Nicholas. And basically, the we have 11 songs, and the album is basically talking about two things. One is a dedication to our guitar player Gene, his mother, and we also took the concept of a family portrait that you sometimes see of a family, and obviously, smiling, but taking the family itself, there might be some problems beneath. And we talk about some of those things as a band. We really focus on the fact that, yes, as we go through this life, we feel that we are all connected as a family, even if we don't know each other sometimes. And families have problems, they're not all perfect. And we point to them in that light, but we don't do this to shun anybody or talk down on anybody. We just, at the end of the day, we just want to talk about how we want to improve ourselves and help each other improve.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, how did this idea come up to get something like this into the new album?
Oh man, to be honest, this album we've rewritten like three times. We started writing this exact project back in like 2019, 2020, but it just never quite felt right with some of the songs. We scrapped some songs, added new ones. And the main writing thing came in when Gene sat down and he was like, I want to write some stuff about my mom who passed when he was young and dedicate some stuff to her. I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. Let's do it. And as we started writing about that, we just started talking about, family issues that come up when sometimes someone is gone and that, people don't know how to deal with grief.
Mhm.
So we were sitting there, me, Gene, and Nick, and just writing together. And I was looking as, these guys who I'm with are my family now, family I've chosen. And looking at the big picture of all the fans and friends we made along the way as family and how, again, we're not perfect, but I'm looking at it's a giant, we're complicated pieces. So I just sat there, I was like, yeah, let's do an album called, The Family Portrait. Talk about all of us, things we go through, but how we still every day try to be better.
Interesting. Interesting. And last week you put up a video for the single from the Sabbath journalist. So would you like to tell a bit about this song in particular and about the making of this video?
Yeah. So we put out Journalists last week. It was the second video we put out for this album. This one came from Journalists in a darker tone, came from people who deal with things and kind of find themselves at the end of the rope. And Journalists is really from a point of when you're writing your final words, everything starts to come out. It's hard to talk about some of these things, and you feel really misunderstood because how could someone understand what's going on in your brain? Not many words can really tell how we really feel at the end of the day. So sometimes we're pushed to a point where we have enough, we just write it down. So the video itself is basically that. There's me writing things out, feeling like I'm at the edge, but we've dealt with we've had a lot of people we've lost along the way who just get to that point, and it's very heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking, but at the end of the day, we try to be there for other people. And in this video particularly, we try to show, like, you can't always depend on people because people don't fully understand you, but sometimes you have to find a way to vent it out. So even the act of just writing things out as chaotically as I am in the video, it's just about getting it out of your system, and along with that, to check on your friends, because even though they might be silent, you never know. So just check on your friends.
And earlier you put up the video and single for Body, but do you have plans to come up with another single before the release of the album?
uh Yeah, so I'm definitely the right person to ask for this because I don't be keeping secrets. I just yes, I just say what we got coming up. We do have a few more singles. I will, at the threat of being beat up by my bandmates, I will say we have a few more singles coming out to prepare for the launch of the album, along with some merchandise for like each single kind of along the way too, things like that. So yeah, we have some things planned, and Body was the first one we released, something the band stands on. We just no means no. We stand on the fact that of consent and to leave people alone and that we're here for people that go through any of those types of things.
Interesting. And talking about the album, 11 amazing songs, beautifully written, great musicianship. It's emotionally connected. You can feel the energy, the power, and everything inside of this album. Totally a fantastic work from you guys. Thank you so much for putting up this amazing album. As a band, what are your thoughts and how do you feel about the outcome?
Um, at the end of the day, I know, of course, as a band, we worked really hard on it. I'm really proud of us, the time we put in. But at the end of the day, this band itself, we're here to just make art. That's what we want to do. We just want to make art. So yes, we would love for people to listen to it and give it a chance and check out the wonderful merchandise and artwork that we have people like Ryan who helped us out and everything. But at the end of the day, we just want to make art. And we're really proud of the fact that we got a chance to tell this kind of story, tell a story we want to tell, and do it sonically how we would want to do it. No, at this point, we are really pushing the whole whatever core. You can call us metalcore, you can call us post-hardcore. It doesn't matter. We just want to do things our way in the way we love. So we're very proud of it.
Fantastic. And I know it's a bit early to ask you, but do you guys have any special plans on the day of the release?
Yeah, we have about a few things that for sure. Again, at the sake of not my band beating me up, I won't speak too much on things, but we have some, kind of small deluxe idea cover ideas for some music that we're going to put over here. The one thing I will say, we do have some shows lined up
Mm.
for the release, and yeah, we're stoked. We're just really stoked to get to that point with all the merchandise and all the shirts and all the ideas we have that will be coming out as soon as the album release. We're stoked. So most I can say is just stay tuned. Look forward to it.
Fantastic, fantastic, Sean. And any big festivals or international touring that has been planned for you guys?
Not quite yet. No festivals or international touring, but we are still on the table and talking about some things. If some things come up, we are definitely available and we're definitely down to talk about it. So yeah.
Cool. And how has this journey been for you with differences?
Man, it's been the highlight of one of the main highlights of my life. It's really helped me personally. Again, we're all about self-improvement. We're not so much about telling people how to be the good person or be a perfect person because perfect people don't exist. But me personally, it's been phenomenal to the point of even performance-wise. Uh, for a quick story, how the whole thing started, it was me and the drummer Nicholas, and originally I was supposed to be a guitar player. But I went off to school and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, we have our first show." I said, "Cool. With what band?" He was like, "Oh, we'll figure it out." By the time it came down to it, we found other guitar players, a bass player. We had no drummer, and he played drums. He was going to be the singer and guitar player, but we were down to nothing. And so I was like, you know what? I'll do the singing or screaming, which I've never done before. But I was like, I'll figure it out, and you'll just play drums because he's a monster on the drums. So we are like, all right, let's give it a shot. And that was like 2013, 2012. First ever time screaming was at my first ever show. And I don't know, never look back. Here I am now, still doing it. So it's been amazing, amazing journey. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Fantastic, fantastic. And as you already said, this has been the most important highlight moment of your life. But apart from this, is there something special that you want to share with me today?
Um, something special. I mean, I don't know. I'm very excited. Just the album. The album is the most special thing to me right now. I love family. I love my dog. I love my I love my family and everything like that. But it's just this album in general is just coming at a time in my life where things are changing. You know, I'm 29 years old. I've been doing this for a long time, and there's no regrets. I know a lot of us. Something I'll say to other musicians. I know a lot of us when we start young, we wish we could make it right away, but I can truly say that like I really appreciate everything I know now and how I can use it now, and I give a lot of that to the band. And this album, as much as I'm not going to be like it's the greatest thing I've I well actually I would say it's the greatest thing we've ever written. Definitely greatest thing we've ever written so far. Because we're just in general, this is it for me. This is just such a big part of our life. So I would say this.
And as a band, what would be the big dream?
Uh to stick together, keep doing some more art, keep playing. The big dream would have been Warp Tour, but RIP. So but for the most part, touring. I think honestly, Gene just came back from doing photography for a band, Phineas in Japan,
Mm.
and our love of anime and everything, and us nerding out about stuff like that. We were like, that's the dream. Just go tour in Japan. Just doesn't matter. We can jump on anybody's tour. Doesn't have to be a headline. We don't care about headlining or anything like that for any show. Generally, I think the dream for us would be touring in Japan. That's probably it.
Interesting. And Sean, finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
For the fans, first off, I would say that to our fans here locally in Southern California, we really feel like you guys are family, not so much fans. Um, you've been with us so much, and this album is definitely for people who have been with us for so long. For new fans who are finding this out and everything like that, we just want to say that you are unique, you are special, even when you don't feel like it, and you matter to the grand scheme of things. And we hope this album really says that to you. And we hope to get to go to your town soon and play a show because just that's how we like to party. That's how we like to get down. So we hope to see everybody soon.
Fantastic. And Sean, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. Real pleasure to meet and talk to you today about The Family Portrait, your new upcoming album on August 26th. And thanks again for this amazing album that you guys are putting out. And I wish you all the best and really hoping to see you guys on the road real soon.
Yeah, thank you, Keith. So much. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
Sure, Sean. Take care and have a great evening out there.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye.